Today we are completely transforming this bone stock G87 M2 into the best OEM Plus build. Let's just run through the wheels for this build, which they are the biggest part and possibly the biggest change that's going to happen to this car. We have the Elderwise wheels finishing like this champagne gold sort of color. I don't know how it's going to look with the blue. I'm a black wheel sort of guy, so we're going to find out later on in the video, but I'm sure with these spokes, with this style of wheel, they're going to look great regardless. And pairing with the wheels, we are putting on these red stuff EBC pads because we don't want to get these wheels dirty, and we know that brake pads cause a huge amount of dust, which I don't know if we can throw some overlays. The wheels are absolutely disgusting. When we put the new wheels on, we're going to get these red stuff pads on as well, which they are a ceramic pad that go on your steel discs, which create less brake dust. So that is always a win for the wheels, for you, when you're cleaning the car. So just to go over these wheels, on the front we have a 10.5J by 20-inch wheel. Then on the rear we also have a 21-inch wheel by 11J. So these are some big wheels. So on the front here we've actually got a 285 tire, and on the rear we've got a 305. So these wheels are absolutely massive, so I cannot wait to get them on the car. Then to give this car the perfect OEM Plus ride quality and ride height, we are going with the AST ALS kit. We're going to go as low as possible because this customer wants it stanced out, and yeah, we can't wait to see what it looks like with the wheels. Then the customer has gone with these gloss black tips, which from Remus, if you haven't seen in a video already, we've done a full video on Remus, all the tips you can get and everything they have to offer. And we've gone with these sort of slash cut thin wall black chrome tips, which look really cool. And they're gonna go with the rear diffuser, which is also gloss black, just giving that real OEM Plus feel. To match up with the tips, we have the Remus axle back. Again, we just need more sound. When we're modifying a car, this has to be on top 5 modifications to do when you're taking it to R44. When you're going anywhere, we need more sound, because from factory we know these sound like absolute. Then we have a genuine CS grille to go on the car as well. So not only are we doing the grille, we are also doing the CS ducts, but they are not here yet, annoyingly, so I can't show you them, but hopefully later in the video we will be fitting them. Then we have these genuine 50th anniversary badges, just a nice little touch to add on to the OEM Plus goodness that we are fitting to this car. Now when we are lower in the car, you know that you need to get the arch clearance kit, which we will also fit later in the video, as well as CSL yellow daytime running lights. Now coming to the end of the parts, we have the magnum plates that are going to get fitted, as well as the valve controller for the exhaust, so that we can turn it on and off as and when we please. So now we've gone through all the parts, we're going to get it on the ramp right now and get to fitting. So like I said in the previous clip, we obviously are upgrading the wheels. It's key to mention that these are actually fitted stock with a 19-inch on the front and a 20-inch on the rear. So if you are looking at new wheels and you're looking at a similar style with a thinner spokes, and you're wondering about sizing up with the wheels and the tires, then this is the video for you. So you're going to see what the finished product looks like. So on the front we've got a 275 tire, and on the rear we have a 285. So it's going from a 285 to a 305 on the rear, so we're going to get a lot more grip. Obviously the new wheels being matched up with the Michelin Pilot Sport 4s, so the grip is going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be a massive upgrade for the customer, as well as the AST ALS kit we're also fitting, so this is going to handle so much better. Okay, so now we have the first stock shock out. We have gone into more detail about the AST kit in other videos, but just to give you a recap, this is the sort of the base plate that the stock OEM spring will sit on. What we're going to do is we're going to press this off and replace it with one of these adjusters, hence the name adjustable lowering suspension kit. So what we'll do is we'll replace this massive big steel sort of mounting point with this one here. And then you have all your adjustability here, which we are going to slam it straight to the floor and see how low we can get it so that the customer is happy with the stance on this car. What we're going to do next is get this off the stock shock, put one of these on. So this is what the shock looks like afterwards with the low profile mount for the spring. Now we've got the spring here, and then again it's the same with the rears, but we'll show you the rears when we get to it. What we're going to do is we're going to assemble the shock and the spring together and then get it on the car. So I said in a previous video, if you are running spacers on a car, then you need the arch clearance kit. But the wheels are so much bigger that you need the arch clearance kit without the spacers as well. So right now, while we've got the wheels off, we put the suspension on, we're gonna get the wheel arches out and do the wheel arch clearance kit. Yeah, Charlie's gonna get the wheel arch out now, and then we will explain the process as to why you do the wheel arch clearance kit when you are running bigger wheels, aftermarket wheels, spacers, anything like that. So we have fitted the arch clearance kit. Now we fitted the wheels just to test fit sort of the ride height and everything down on the ground. And what we have established is that we're running a 25 Pro-Tile. We're running a 25 Pro-Tile. We're running a 25 Profile. Oh my God. Profile. We are running a 25 Profile. There we go. Which means that the tires are super skinny. So when we got the car as low as we thought with the suspension, it's probably sitting 40 mil off of the actual tire, but that is not good enough. We need it lower. So now we have raised the car up and we are going lower with the car because that is what the customer wants. And that is why you invest in an ALS kit, an adjustable lowering spring kit, is because we are now set at basically lower than what your stance kit would do with the 20 to 25 mil springs on any sort of normal BMW. But now we want to go even lower. So that is why we have the adjustable lowering spring kit, because now we can adjust it and we can go lower and then test it out from there. So we can get the perfect ride height. And not only that, because they are a lowering spring, we obviously get the OEM ride quality. That is the exhaust all put together, almost anyway. Charlie's just putting in the valves right now. But as you can see, we still have all the stock OPFs. But look at the size of the back box. And I was actually quite surprised with the stock system that it doesn't actually sound that bad, considering how big this box is. But we are going from these to this here. So when the valves are open, the air will come flow and straight out of the tailpipe, and then when they are closed, it will redirect the airflow straight through the back boxes and then out, so it'll be a lot quieter, but also you still get a bit more of a sporty sound. But we're going to put this together now, put the motors on, the valves, and then get it on the car. Right, now while Charlie is cracking on with the front bumper, hopefully I don't damage this, taking this out, but we have this coming in the post, which if you've been paying attention in the intro, I said that this was coming in the post, ready for the front bumper to come off. We've been waiting for this moment. Let me put the knife down. We have the CS grills that have arrived in the post in this nice little dust sheet. Wow, genuine CS grills, look at that. To go with the front grill that we've got, the front center grill that we're gonna take the bumper off now to install. Look at that, wow. We've seen this, let's get it on the car. And while Charlie is cracking on with the front bumper, while I was away doing other bits of content, we have installed the Red Stuff pads. Now, they are a fast road sort of pad setup. They're not exactly a track spec pad, but the reason you would go for the Red Stuff is because you want to keep your wheels fresh. And we know with the track pads, they are known to have a lot of dust come off of them when you're using the brakes. So now we've got the nice new wheels on. We want to keep this champagne sort of goldish color fresh. So we've gone with the Red Stuff to keep the brake dust down. They're a ceramic pad that you can still use with the steel disc. Yeah, it's a really good add-on, and it's something you should definitely consider if you are getting tired of using the iron out and things on your wheels and you have to non-stop clean them. They're installed now. They're all good. We're going to test them out soon when the car's lowered down. We take it out for a test drive, see the ride height. But I think Charlie's just getting the trestle out now because we're about to take the bumper off. So while we have removed the OEM grille, which I have just realized there is a stone in it, there's a stone lodged in it there, and that is why we get rid of these horrible horizontal panels in the grille, and there's just too many of them. It almost looks like it's in between being fully covered up and then not covered up enough, basically. So what we have here is the CS grille, which does look a lot better. Just the gloss black, I think just because it's cleaner, but it's nice. They keep the uniformity with the lower ducts, but I would admit, before we get onto the lower ducts, they're not actually that much different visually. They're not actually going to cause that much of an image difference to the front end, but they are nice to patch up and match up with the CS grills. And yeah, pretty much what you see is what you get. Nice sort of open vents here, bit more airflow, a bit more stance, shall we say, for the front end. But now we're going to get on to installing this while Charlie's removing the rest of the grills and everything and the sensors behind the bumper so we can get the ducts in. So this is actually my first time sort of installing, not myself, but obviously Charlie, but filming the install of an M2 front number sort of magnet plate, and it is very different to the G80s and the G82s and things like that. They've got like an indent here. So essentially what will happen is you'll put your plate on the flat side, and then this 3D printed mold, which you can hear, has magnets inside it, so you don't have to worry about that. And then what you do is you can probably see it from here, line that up on the plate like that. That fits absolutely perfectly. Put the plate on the side of that, and then on the rear of the bumper you'll also put the magnets so that they can stick to them. Yeah, that's it. You have a nice clean front look, which I can imagine was very awkward because the lines on this G87 M2 are very awkward to start with. Right, so now we have the magnet plates basically pretty much installed. There is a key difference to mention that on previous videos you would have seen we have this like soft felt that goes on the back of the plate because this has contact with the paintwork. So the reason being we put that on there so there's not any harsh edges with the magnets that go onto your paintwork. Taking it on and off will cause a problem to the paintwork and denting it and damaging it. So with these mounts having contact with the paintwork, although it's a smooth finish, it's not quite as soft as this felt. So we cut these to size so that they fit onto the mold, and then just as easy as this, once all the magnets are installed, it's obviously soft on paintwork, install them like that, boom. That's actually, wow, that's pretty strong, just like that. And then obviously you'd have your normal plates that would go on like this. But obviously because of the contours of the bumper, it won't quite fit. So yeah, that's solid. Now we're gonna get the plate on. We have behind the bumper POV with this heat shrink wrap. Obviously you can see that the mold is on the other side. Then we've got the magnets here. And basically what we'll do is we'll apply that, put some heat on there so that they shrink to the magnets so that behind the bumper it's open to the elements. They're not gonna fall off. They're not gonna get hit, damaged, anything like that and fall off and then cause your plate to fall off. So we put these to hold the magnets in place so that when you put the plate on and when you put the magnets in, they are solid. I was skeptical, honestly. So that is going to be it for this week's YouTube video. I've just driven here to park it up, and can I just say a few things? One, I need a G87 M2 for my next car. I've currently got an F87 M2 and this has just made me want to buy one so much more. The yellow DRLs, the blue paint, the gold wheels, like the champagne coloured wheels, honestly, I didn't like the idea at first, but now the car's done, it looks absolutely savage. Like, I hope the customer comes back in for a low line kit, you know, splitter, side skirts, rear diffuser, because I believe that will finish off the car, but it will make it so low. Yeah, it's looking serious. And the big wheels as well, I was skeptical. I'll be honest, I was skeptical about this build and the decision made, but honestly, this car looks sick, and hopefully I'm showing you that in the cinematics. What we didn't show you was the DRLs we installed, as well as the CS grills, the Remus axle back, and yeah, it sounds absolutely insane. I'll put in a sound clip here. And also, may I just note, if you're going to do the magnet plates, this is next on your list. Absolute must are these number plate holes. They need to get filled in ASAP. We've put the magnet plates on, that's all good. So when we can pull out photo shoot like this, we can just take it off and the photos look clean as. But anyway, that is going to be it. If you have enjoyed this video and you do like any of these parts, links will be down in the description for that. If you've got a G87 M2, hit us up at the website. We have everything you could imagine. But as of now, that is going to be it for this build. I've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.